Rain gear's all on, so I'm not going to film much, but the roads are just this, potholes, speed bumps, trucks, for about 400 kilometres I think. So this is our bedroom for the night. Not quite set mine up as quick as Damo because my bike was being a knob. Basically, I had a leak coming from the valve cover the other day. Took it apart, tried to clean it up and then renew RTV, the silicone sealant, round it and glue it back down again. That didn't work. It essentially made it worse. So all off again, all redo it again tonight. Hopefully that's all good. And the very kind people at this campsite have given me contact number for the owner and the mechanic for 2 KTM dealerships sort of in the area, which is really handy. But to be honest, without having the actual new gasket, I don't know what they can do. And I think that's about 40 to 60 days away. I've also spotted, I'll let you into a little secret now, that my cams, or one of them, is definitely wearing again, so I'm going to have to go and speak to KTM about that and see what can be done, because essentially it's not going to make it around the world if it's going to keep going like that. So that's gotten me down, because obviously the bike's not going to do what it's supposed to do and what I thought it would do once it was fixed. I had a little bit of a down day today, just because I think sometimes as part of a trip you sometimes question, like, going, is this even the right thing I'm doing? You know, like, you spend months and months or years and years dreaming that you want to do it, and then you go away and you do it and you're kind of like, am I doing it? I think it's just a bit of homesickness, and lately we've been quite static, so we've not really gone anywhere, and now we're starting to move. I'm getting that feeling that, like, oh, it'll be good, but I'm just waiting for like one of those nice days. The thing about trip is your mood, like at home, goes up and down, but when it's on a trip like this, the ups are really high because it's like a really cool, exciting day, and then when you don't get them, you kind of like almost get, like, I guess, withdrawal. You kind of like go, oh, this is a bit crap, but your level of crap is still a lot better than what it would be at home potentially. I'm happy generally. I'm just having a little lull moment, and I don't think the bike's helping, but hopefully it'll be better now. I've fixed it. I'm gonna go enjoy some pasta over there, which Damo's cooking, and settle in for night. And tomorrow actually we're going to a pyramid, so that should be good to see. Have a bit of a tourist sightseeing day, so really looking forward to it. Right, catch you in a bit. Well, see you tomorrow actually. Hell of a wake up this morning. So I dropped my tent on my bike cover as I was packing the pannier on that side, and I had a little hiss, didn't think anything of it, and then there was like this red sauce here, and I picked my tent up and I was like, oh, that's red sauce. So I licked it. Whew, that was hot. And then I opened this side of the kite cover. Of course, my bear spray sat here, and the cover's gone. So tent tapped that, and it shot bear spray down the side of the bike, which I've just cleaned up. You can see the red line there on the cover, and that's what I licked. So it's really, really, really spicy. Don't do it.
Next to it for scale.
Look at the size of this happy chappy. Put my hand next to it. Have you seen the size of it? It might fly. Oh, don't. That is massive. Look. Yeah, he's a big bastard. The Damo's just pointed out that as we're walking along this path, there's monkeys. And if I can just zoom up, you can just see one there. Well, how cool is that? I think that's the first wild monkey I've ever seen. Oh, there's another one up there. Oh, there's loads. Wow. There we go. That's what we've come to see, or one part of it. Definitely looking out for creepy crawlies and spiders and things, because we're definitely in the jungle now. Very interesting place. We're the only ones here, basically. We've been allowed to come in before 9 o'clock. It doesn't open until 9. I think it's like 10 to 9 now. And I don't think anyone's come here for a long time, or they don't get that many visitors, because it's very run down and it's all building work out the front. And when we first turned up, we didn't even know whether it was still a thing. We thought maybe it's shut for construction or something, but no, it's all open. We can just go in, just got to find the ticket office and carry on. So yeah, very cool place to explore in the morning. I've just wiped my eye, and I think I had a little bit of bear spray on the corner or something, and just wiped a tiny bit in my eye, and that's it stings a bit, and it's quite fresh when the wind blows into it. Oh, it's sheepish to get done in my life. Another wild monkey in the middle. incredible place in the middle of the jungle, basically. Pretty good view from up here. There's a little bit of construction there, so we'll just ignore that bit. Yeah, look at that. Amazing. To me, this looks like some sort of bath or something. You can step down into it, and there you've got like a little gully that runs, either supplying the water or taking the water away. And you've got these little rooms. I'm imagining there'll be a roof on this at one point, but you've got these little rooms and little windows here. And this has been quite a grand place because the size of that height of the roof. Yeah, it's a shame there's no information about it. No, I don't know what these little nooks are for. Maybe just decorative, who knows? Just looking at this, I'd imagine it was all rendered with concrete and smooth concrete, and so none of these exposed, like slim bricks, would be visible. It would all been covered up like that. What a view. It's always good to come to these places and read the information and take it all in. Mould is how this is created, and maybe there's some steps, look there, which must be those steps there. That's all I can, or maybe those steps, or those steps, or those steps. Who knows? These red trees are interesting. They're like super, like shiny red almost. Well, quite a nice day here. We slept in that, as you saw yesterday. The pyramid ruins thing was interesting, although I found the wildlife a little bit more interesting than the actual ruins, although they were pretty, but you couldn't learn anything about them. So we're going to set off, go towards the sort of north, I say north coast, because it's north from us, but it's like south part of the country. It is humid as hell, so like sweating already. Feel better today now I've seen some things. Saw monkeys, which was really cool. Saw that massive beetle, which was really cool. The bear spray wasn't cool. Don't lick substances that you're not sure what it is. That's probably the first mistake I made. The second one was, well, that was the only mistake I made really, because if I didn't lick it I wouldn't have been a problem. Such a drastic change from the other day. So many palm trees instead of cactuses. Very dense. I don't know where Damo's gone. I don't see his tyre tracks. Like, it doesn't look like he's driven down here. This road is on the GPX that leads to the main road we wanted, and this is what he's taking us down, so along we go. It might join up with the main road. We're going along the main road. The main road's just here on the map, which is just over there. Yes, look at that! Woo, we're out! There's the road. Go for a little walk and see if there's a huge ditch or something that's going to screw me. Okay, this is the only difficult bit. This bit here. The biggest problem I've got is I don't know where Damo is. Let's just give it a go, shall we? Oh no! Oh, I have stalled it in the most bastard of places. Oh. Come on. No. I'm off the floor. I've bucked it now. Okay. Oh. Have to get it off. A little interesting. I'm not going to be able to get up that. I've got to go backwards. I might have got it stuck. Yeah, well I come up and then I stalled it. I need to bump my back end away from this huge hole that I've created. Yeah, backwards. Go on. Okay. I'll see if I can get it up. Come on. Tire beds. Hang on. Touch control. Wanker. You're making a racket. Yeah. Anyway, what I was saying was, there's no oil down here, which is good. Ignore this bit, this is old oil, they've come in the bag, but that's all dry down there, so I think my taking apart the bike again has solved the issue, which is excellent. And we've done 266 kilometres, so not a bad day. Well, after a eventful little jaunt in the woods and me getting stuck on the sand, it's definitely my traction control that screwed me up. It just kept stalling, and as soon as I turned it off, straight up the hill. These two little dogs, this one and that one, that's at this campsite, and it's right on the beach. I'm just walking to see the shore now. Check this out, this is awesome. You just have to imagine that it's clear blue skies and calm water. Yeah, it is winter, so there is that. I'll give it to Mexico. It is the rough time of the year, I guess. But how cold is this? How nice is this? Look at the colour of that sand. Time to pitch the tent, get some dinner on. So we're getting another little cabin we get to sleep in. So we'll pitch the two tents in here. That shelters us from the wind and the bugs. And we've got a sea view through the mesh. So I reckon this little lizard has come with me all of the 266 kilometres today. Hidden away in my pannier. So lizard there, real lizard there. Let's call him Moscow. Just sat here editing, and I think Damian's watching a film or something. But I just thought we'd all be ready, as I think this chap might be giving us a speech in a minute. Sat up front on the stage. Well, that's the second time in my life that a frog has made me jump out of my skin within my sleeping area. So he's going to get ejected now. Hopefully I can make him hop out in the right way. Come on, fella. Hoppy, hoppy, hop. Oh, here we go. Off we go. Good night. I have no idea how he got in, but he made me jump out of my skin. So this beautiful patch of grass was our campsite last night, and we managed to sit in this sort of covered shelter thing. This has got power and lights, and do a bit of editing. And I woke up this morning at about 1 o'clock in the morning realising my childhood is a lie. Mexico has taught me one thing, and that is roosters decide to roost and cockerel, I guess, all the noises at whatever time they want. And once one starts, they all start, and they constantly go for hours. So that was good, and then it set the dog off, which was brilliant. Another disturbed night's sleep. Hopefully Belize and Guatemala is a bit quieter than Mexico, because Mexico at night is just horrendous. But off to see some ruins today. That should be really good. It's only about 1 kilometre away. Here we are, our first little ruin site of what it is. It's not the biggest bit, but it's definitely more interesting than the last one. And the plaques have actually things written on them. Again, we've got here reasonably early in the morning. We had a day relaxing at the campsite yesterday, so we could come here in the morning and have it to ourselves and be a bit cooler. Ah, a bit shorter, that's not fair. These are really impressive. See the size of them. This is generally pretty impressive. Yeah, I just walked up all these steps here. It's just like a cliff when I look at it, but it's not. It's big steps, and that's what we were just looking at over there. So apparently there was like a row of rooms at the top there with like a belted roof. Yeah, it's used for administrative purposes apparently. A lot of it seems to be between 600 and 900 AD. That's the sort of era that it is. Yeah, now we're in this sort of grander spot with that very impressive building in front. They just don't build buildings the same anymore. The fact that you have these huge steps that you can essentially, you know, that you walk up the outside of the building, it's pretty impressive. Don't do that anymore. You just have a lift and an escalator. These steps are not small. Just look at the size of them. So it turns out my microphone died halfway through talking about that. Yeah, it's really, really, really impressive, and it was really nice to have the whole thing to ourselves. Now we're back at the bikes and we're going to head off to the next one, but then stay the night near there. Just been riding through a lovely little town to get some food. Popped into these little street side restaurants and things, and every time we've done it, we've lucked out really. It's been pretty good. We've just eaten for £1.75, including half a litre of Coke. In this particular town, there's so many of these little like rickshaw type things, and the front of the bikes just mullered. I don't know what's going on with the electrics of that, but it's all there and exposed, and yeah, probably works. 70 odd K, something like that, to the next stop. Roads are just roads with speed bumps, so I'm not bothering to video it because there's nothing there. Anyway, next destination, see you in a bit. Record time and change of plan. So we've just worked out that we can get off the bike, pack our gear down, secure it on the bike covered up, locked and everything in 10 minutes. And then questioned why we didn't do more off the bike stuff in the US. But I guess some of the US parks, you have to do that multiple times within the park, so it then becomes a real faff. But here's only one destination, so do it once, so it's not too bad. The plan was to go to the next hotel / campsite, and what we've decided to do is, because we're here about 2:30, is just try and go in there, do them, and maybe make it to Meridea, which is the next town up ahead. It's only like 50 k's away, and I think it's doable. See some more ruins, and this one should be bigger than the last one, I think. It certainly looks it. You go to the first window, then you pay the tax, then you go to the second window, then you get your ticket, because that makes sense. Hola. Gracias. Well, that's bigger than the last one. That's what she said. As though it's a much bigger setup, and this might be only the first one, not the main attraction, not sure. Put it into the sun, so it's a really crap picture, but yeah, there it is. It's good, and hopefully you can hear me this time, because I charged my microphones on the bike on the way here. What a good day. 2 attractions in one day, not buses, nothing, and then boom, 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 boom. Look at the detail of that. Pretty amazeballs. No height issues here. Wow, that's cool. You know when you see films and you go to those ruins and they've got like 2 ports for the 2 keys that have to be put in and turned simultaneously. You've got one there, look. What happens then? Maybe the roof moves or something, and then there's a special urn or something that's behind somewhere. Okay, lizard with audio, and he is bigger and better. Look at that badger. It's not a badger, it's a big, socking great big iguana that wants to escape me. You can't. I'll back off a little bit. Damo, you're going to want to come look at this chappy. It's cool to see iguanas, I love them. So it's cool. Bigger the better in my view. Stand next to it. There we go. Damo for scale. Loads of detail on this. Pretty incredible. All the little carvings and things like that. So really quite impressive. Look at this. Little doggo. Sleepy doggo. I can get a bit closer to this one, a bit less shy. Smile, buddy. Constantly walking around and then hearing these iguanas and lizards rustling in the bushes, and it's just making us jump out of our skin. It's basically just happened a minute ago to both of us, and again to me a second ago. Oh, wildlife keeping you on your toes. This is becoming more of a lizard documentary than ruins, but they're almost as fascinating. This one's only little. So this building is like the house of the turtles, and these up here are little sculptures of turtles, and turtles are supposed to represent rain. And the word turtle in Mayan is about the sound of the shell and the drums of when you play their shell. That's kind of interesting. This is one of the things I was talking about in the last at the last place, but lost the audio. That looks like a cliff, but actually you get a tiny bit closer, like within a metre of it. Oh, it steps. But we were just having a conversation about how we couldn't get down this. They're very steep, but yeah. It just looks like a sheer drop. It's kind of incredible how much there's like collapsed or where all these rocks are, because a lot of it is all kind of like manicured and flat, like a bit like this bit. And then others, there's just these huge, almost rock gardens lying everywhere, and you kind of think, well, maybe they were once part of something. Here's a perfect example of what's happening. So see all the rocks here, and that is clearly on a slope, so whatever's been there is all fallen this way. It's all collapsed in. Well, we've been thoroughly impressed with this place, although it was quite expensive. It was 500 odd to get in, so it was almost £22, £23. But actually, it's quite well kept. It's all things on. All the signposts have got English, so that's quite nice. We've seen God knows how many lizards, iguanas. We've actually just been questioning what the difference is and how you can tell. I don't know if it's just the fin down the back that's the difference. I have to Google it, but I'm sure that you guys will let me know in the comments as well. It's really quite amazing. Even this here with all the pillars, it's all well done. Although I think that might have been possibly rebuilt, which is where some of the money's going perhaps, because that all looks like fresh mortar. But it's time to get back to the bikes, put our kit back on again. Ready to go! Damo just shouted down, he's got a snake! There's a proper dead snake! I know you're wasting it, bastard. Damo just shouted for me to go, oh, it's moving! I think that's a brown snake, so I'm guessing that's venomous, yeah, I'd imagine so. Not in its state though. We're just in Merida, just seeing like some sort of Mayan, I guess, play. I don't really understand it. It's very slow and it's kind of interesting, but we can't work out any story, rhyme, reason, or like tune to any of it. Another nice little hotel we've got, and we're right outside Chichen Itza. Last night was a little bit of a scare. I didn't have my wallet when we went out to dinner, and basically I'll insert this, and this is what happened. Right, so stupid thing that I've done. I basically made the stupidest mistake in my life, and I left my wallet, which is retarded. So basically, about 45 kilometers away from where we were staying, I left my wallet at Oxo, and I've just ridden back, what, like 4 hours later, and said, oh, you know, got a translator, has my wallet been handed in? Yes, it has. So anything bad that says about Mexico, bollocks. The people are really nice and everything is in my wallet still. I haven't lost anything. I consider myself very lucky that that's happened. To leave it literally right at the front of an Oxo, which is so stupid. I was just battling with coins and too many hands. I put it down and then forgot to pick it back up again. Anyway, little rant, adrenaline's going. I'm gonna have a ride back. Thank you, Mexico people. Got back, everything was resolved, everything was relaxed. We've done about 130 k's to this place. It's going to do a little bit of chain maintenance on the bike. It's very humid here, very hot and sticky. In fact, it's probably like 30 degrees with grey clouds in the sky, so a little bit minging. But I'm very excited to see Chichen Itza. It should be very interesting and the biggest one of the Mayan ruins we've seen yet. Here we are, Chichen Itza. Much bigger, much busier, a lot more tourists. We're here at 8 o'clock, basically before it opens, and there's already a queue. So none of this quiet walking around on our own malarkey. Yeah, looking forward to it. One of the big 7 wonders of the world, so got to tick it off. Look at all the people behind us. These are all the pulling in things to sell tats to tourists, make them a bit of money, so they're living, I guess. No room on my bike for anything. I'm looking to throw away a spanner to lose weight, let alone pick up a ornament. Check this out. Look at that. Actually, it's not as big as I thought it'd be.
That's all the girls say.
But it's very impressive. This is a very different feel compared to anywhere else. So many tourists. And a dog! And 2 dogs! It's funny, you're not allowed any professional cameras or anything. So Damo's GoPro got removed off him and he had to put it in a locker. But you're allowed a phone. And I happen to have my mics, so basically, professional. Definitely going to be difficult getting pictures today with just so many people. They all want their pictures too. I'm chewing gum on the camera again. I need to get rid of it, otherwise you're going to have... That's amazing. So yeah, when you clap it, like, it echoes off the stairs and off the building, but it's like got a tang or ting to it. It's really, it modifies the echo in some way. And when it bounces back, it sounds completely different. So they did actually restore half of that. So most of it was covered in trees and foliage and things, and they've restored it. I'm not sure whether well, they obviously haven't done anything with that staircase there. And all of that side is all kind of like lost its outer layer, I guess. But it's still very impressive. And they've got a lot more of the site as well. So we've got buildings over there, and one there, and we are just starting to look at this one here, which has got loads of pillars. So this is the Temple of Warriors. On the stones here, you can just about make it out. There's carvings of the warriors and hand-tied prisoners, and some paintings of the battle scenes. So that's what these all are. On the round pillars, they were just round pillars, there was no markings. But on these ones, we've got markings all the way down them, which is really interesting. I think these are one of these places where you definitely kind of need a tour to really learn some proper history and things about them, because all the plaques are just from a archaeological kind of perspective. So saying that, oh, it's got a roof and it had some drainage and this is what it used to look like, but you don't really get any history about how they might have lived or what the building was. Some of the buildings are what you used for, but you know what I mean? Like, you don't get all the information. We're hearing some tours from people, the tour guides talking to their guests. Yeah, there's information we're definitely not getting. Unfortunately, we're cheap, and this ticket and the taxi has basically already filled our budget. So the way it works, we have to just kind of limit it. You could argue that maybe we should splash the cash for the one time we're here, but I guess also we could kind of Google it and read up on some history. It'll all be on the internet, just won't be able to find it right here, right now. It's still a very nice, interesting place to walk around and see. We're just walking to the next place, and I always think to myself, when you're walking around here, what would it have been like when you, like, some person at some point was just walking through a forest one day and then just was like, oh, there's loads of buildings and ruins in here. Or it wouldn't have been a forest, it would have been a jungle, sorry. But that would have been pretty impressive to, like, be the first person to see this after hundreds of thousands of years of it just basically decaying in the jungle. Quite the find. What's interesting, right, is as you can see behind me, this place is rammed with tourists, okay? But actually, this, as impressive as it is, I think Uxmal was more impressive. I think it had more detail, I think it was bigger. Aside from the atmosphere, I guess, if we completely forget how there's more tourists and things going on here, I don't know whether that's impressive as the Uxmal one. It's cool, but I was just a little bit underwhelmed, I guess. I think the other one was prettier. It was a little bit more than a of a market than a set of ruins that we're walking through. Every alleyway or every walkway is covered with the same sort of things. They're quite nice pieces, but just the sales is relentless. We're on the hunt for Damo's glasses because I think he had them. Well, I've got photos of him like that, and now he hasn't got them anymore. So we're trying to backtrack where we've been and hopefully find them. Sadly, no glasses for Damo. That's tarnished the day a little bit.
Yeah, rubbish stuff. I lost my glasses.
Yeah, and a little bit underwhelmed. But anyway.
Totally underwhelmed. Yeah. It was, to be fair, Chichen Itza is a waste of time and money. Go to Uxmal. That's unreal.
Yeah, I think, as I said, I think this is just the fact that it's a vast site, but it's not as impressive as the other one. And obviously, because this has been made the main one and it's got the big price tag, everyone's kind of like, you know, you're basically insisted and told to come here. I don't know why. I don't know why it's one of the 7 wonders of the world. Uxmal definitely should be. That was Chichen Itza. We were going to go to a new spot, which was another sightseeing spot tonight, and then we're going to stay the night, do the same thing, stay the night, and then head off to it in the morning. However, I did briefly mention a few days ago that my camshafts are showing signs of wear. I've been in contact with KTM and they've basically requested me to go back to Merida, but what I'm not sure is how long it's going to take. Last time it took 3 months, really hoping it doesn't do that.